Valir versus Magni. For Cosmodon!
Watch your back.
Well, this hand blows. Probably really want Mistress of Mixtures in this matchup. I think Dragon Warrior is becoming more popular than Pirate Warrior, but I kind of want the same mulligans against each of them. Cool, he had nothing. So I'll just go ahead and do this. Starting to look like he might even be a Control Warrior, which is pretty unusual. I can cycle my fan here, it's a little bit more mana efficient. And then my next turn could be Huckster Shuriken. Not really sure if I want to just Shuriken face if it comes down to that. I think I'll just play out the Huckster here. I think it's fine. I'm pretty well convinced that he's a Control Warrior at this point, so I'm just going to cycle the fan. It's not like it actually kills anything relevant in this matchup. Let's go for the Azure Drake here. Spend as much relevant mana as possible. I wonder if I should start hitting with the weapon. Probably not. I still have a lot of high impact plays left in my deck. Wow, Bash Revenge. He was really scared of that Azure Drake. So I'm sure it's matchup dependent. I'm not sure if I should use Raptor on Swarmer or Huckster here. Maybe it's not even matchup dependent. Maybe you just always do it on Swarmer. If you look at it in the long term, is a random card from the opponent's class ever going to be worth more than what could be like a free 6/6 on the board? Probably not. I use my dagger there, mostly just because it looks like there's a pretty good chance I won't spend all my mana next turn. I guess the Revenge last turn makes a lot more sense, given that he had Ravaging Ghoul. I'm not sure how fast I need to be playing this matchup. I feel like with N'Zoth, I might just be able to outvalue him, but a hand like this doesn't really scream go for value. I think I definitely want to play the Frothing. I think I might just cycle the fan here. Although developing some Jade Golems also seems strong. Maybe it's just Shuriken. Yeah, I think I like Shuriken, Dagger, Re-Dagger, and hit him. Gives my Frothing a nice couple buffs. Push a little bit of damage. I have a pretty strong board, and even if he AoEs it, I have Death Rattle, summon a 3/3. And like, what AoE can he have right now that's actually that good? That Gorehowl is going to offer him a lot of value, but it might be a little bit too slow. He's probably going to be taking a ton of damage from it. I'm going to go ahead and cycle the fan here. Don't really have good ways to spend all my mana. If I hit him for 7, he goes down to 13, we'll say 15. He can kill Azure Drake with Gorehowl, but he'll take a lot of damage from it. This leaves him with potentially a pretty good Brawl, but I can play a couple Jade Golem things next turn, and Brawl does leave stuff alive. Looks like a Brawl if he's punching the Raptor. He might even just be dead next turn. I have at least 6 damage in my hand. Well, he got the best result, so he's definitely not dead. Alright, I guess I just do a bunch of Jade Golem stuff. The Raptor with Brand on board actually does double copy the Death Rattle, which I didn't know until recently. So if this Raptor dies, it summons 2 Jade Golems. Alright, so he has to leave 5 power on board. He should be dead here. I'm pretty sure he's like really dead and I don't even have to combo these, but I'm going to. Yeah, I actually had exact lethal without the combo.
Valera versus Valera.
Watch your back. I always do.
The deck is named after N'Zoth, so I keep it in the opener, right? No, not quite. Okay. I definitely keep Mistress of Mixtures for turn 1. The Shuriken is pretty good against Pirate garbage. Although I'm going second. If he goes turn 1 Buccaneer, I go Coin Shuriken. And then turn 2, I probably just Dagger. My turn 3 is Mistress plus Shuriken. Not really sure if it's worth keeping double Shuriken. Tomb Pillager's a nice pickup. Actually, I have quite a few good 2-drops in this deck, so maybe I shouldn't have kept both Shurikens. Swarmer and Huckster were both better. Alright, no pirate garbage. And unfortunately, because of the Death Rattle, he can kinda just kill this thing for free. He's gonna take, what, 2 damage out of it? I could coin out the Unearthed Raptor here. I don't really care about copying this Death Rattle, doesn't really mean anything to me right now. But it does a 3-4 on the board, but I think I'd rather coin out Tomb Pillager next turn. Alright, he basically did nothing there, which is pretty good for me. I guess I do just coin the Pillager here.
Thank you.
It's kinda nice to go like turn 4 Pillager and then coin Aya on 5, but playing a Spider Tank here doesn't seem that good. The dream is I get to play Aya on 6 and then copy it with Unearthed Raptor. But that's probably not too realistic. And this does get me a coin for turn 5 for the Aya anyway, which is pretty nice. Or maybe I just go ahead and coin out the Skulker here. His board isn't really that imposing. But what's my other play? Dagger into this and then just Shuriken this thing? If I was gonna do that, I'd probably want to go Raptor coin Shuriken. In which case, maybe it's better to just play Skulker here anyway. And then my next turn can be, I guess, Raptor Shuriken. Let's just go for the Skulker here. Since he actually gets pretty decent value. That's not good. So this is going to summon a 2/2, I believe. So if I go for like Raptor, Backstab, Shuriken, I guess I can send the 4/3 into it. I could also just go like Raptor, Eviscerate, Backstab. Keep my 4/3 healthy, but I don't get to use either of my Shurikens. Could also just go Backstab, Shuriken, Shuriken. I think I actually like that. I get 2 Jade Golems on the board. I get to keep my dude healthy. And this pumps up my Aya for next turn. And then sometimes I can go Aya on 6 and then turn 7 as Unearthed Raptor copy the Aya, which is very strong.
Golems are a girl's best friend.
Kinda sucks that he got his Aya out before me. So this is gonna Death Rattle a 5/5, which is pretty hard to deal with. I can go Jade Spirit, Eviscerate this thing, trade in here with either this guy or this guy and Dagger. Then he has Aya against just my Jade Spirit. I think I like just trading off here, playing my own Aya. And then, I don't know, my next turn is some combination of this stuff. It's not that likely that he trades off the Ayas here, so maybe I get to copy my Aya's Death Rattle with the Raptor.
Thank you.
SI7 agent, I guess. What? Is anyone else confused? I mean, I don't consider myself a great rogue player, but I don't understand what just happened. Anyway,
So many options.
I think I play this thing, get a Jade Golem, fill off the Thalnos, and then I want to push this 7, set him to 14. So I'll probably sap here instead of playing Eviscerate, because I want to be able to eviscerate his face next turn. Not sure which is the better sap target, probably the Tomb Pillager. I think the Tomb Pillager. Prevents him from getting a coin, which can make it much more difficult for him to deal with my board. Sometimes the 5/5 gets a slightly better value trade, but if it goes into the 4/4, I have plenty of health to dagger it down if I need to. If it goes into a 3/3 or a 2/3, I guess that's a little bit more awkward.
Thank you.
But if he's taking those low value trades, then the Tomb Pillager could have always gone into the 2/3, which would have still been awkward. Yeah, he's dead. Not really sure why he took 5 damage for no reason, but I'll take the win. Legitimately, if someone can justify that, please tell me why that happened, because I'm confused.
Valeera versus Morgul.
Watch your back.
These cards are all actually pretty good. Sap is normally not good to keep in the opener, but it is pretty good against Flame Wreathed. And considering that I have other plays, maybe it's worth keeping. Going second coin Shuriken on a pirate is sometimes pretty good. I think I'll toss Sap. Bran Bronzebeard can be pretty strong, doesn't really line up that well against Totem Golem. I think I'll toss Bran. Bran is only good in like specific situations. It's not necessarily just a good card to have. The backstab pickup here makes my Shuriken a lot better. Just makes it much easier to combo. I think I coined this guy out.
You want to buy a funnel cake?
I could have coined the Shuriken and had a 1/1 in play to contest that. Maybe that would have been good, but if he had either weapon... Like, if he had the Spirit Claws here, it would have killed the 1/1, and then I would have had to dagger into this, which maybe would have been fine. Not totally sure. Jade Claws. Doesn't really seem too impactful here, I don't think. I kinda like Backstab Shuriken on the Tunnel Trog. It leaves a 1/1 in play, but then his weapon can just deal with it. Maybe I just dagger into the 2/1, do nothing else. Then his next turn, turn 3. If he goes Feral Spirit next turn, this 1/3, this Tunnel Trog is really gonna hurt. But if I did nothing, I could Backstab, Dagger, Eviscerate, which wouldn't be too bad, but I would take quite a bit of damage. I think I like getting this Trog off the board before it's problematic, but I also like getting value out of my weapon. If he doesn't play a taunt this turn, then the weapon is also good at killing the deckhand next turn. Unfortunately, all of my cards cost 2 mana. I really don't want to take more damage from this deckhand than I need to, so I might have to play an uncomboed Shuriken to kill this taunt. I guess I have to. I could spend an Eviscerate instead of a Shuriken if I really value getting the 1/1. You know, I actually forgot that this thing summons a 1/1. I don't know why, like why would this card exist if it didn't? Maybe that was better than Hero Power last turn.
I wonder.
Probably was, actually. I'd be overloaded, but everything in my hand was 2 mana anyway. Feel kinda dumb. I think it's actually better to use an Eviscerate here.
Here we go.
It's easy to combo the Shuriken next turn, and if I go like Jade Claw's Shuriken next turn, it's a pretty high tempo play. And I still have a lot of Jade stuff in my deck. Wow, that's a really weak turn. I guess I just play Tomb Pillager here. Healing Totem isn't really worth spending any damage on, and all of my other plays involve dealing damage. That's a pretty good Thalnos. Hopefully I pick up something good to do here. Wow, the Skulker is actually very good. I don't know, I should have put more thought into that turn. Jade Claws plus Shuriken was also pretty good there. You get some stuff on board, but I can always do that kind of stuff next turn. I think Skulker was the best play, but I shouldn't have played it off the top like that when I had 6 other cards in my hand. So the first thing that I see here is Thalnos eviscerate the thing from below and Jade Shuriken the Tunnel Trog. And then maybe next turn is like Aya coin 2-drop. I could sap thing from below, but it's only 2 mana. That's probably not really worth it. I feel like my play here almost has to be Thalnos eviscerate on this. And then at this point it just seems so good to Shuriken the Tunnel Trog. He might have to play AoE here if he has it. It's gonna be really hard for him to get board control if he leaves all this stuff up. Thank God he didn't get spell damage totem. Alright, that was quite an investment from him. Buy the other thing from below. It's pretty dirty. I really don't want to take damage from that thing from below, so I might have to sap it. I really don't want Aya to get hexed, and it kind of seems like his deck might be playing Hex since it has thing from below and Rockbiter. So maybe I just go for Jade Spirit, sap. Although if I don't play Aya, then I don't have a way to contest the thing from below when he plays it next turn. I guess my Jade Golem plus like Shuriken contests it. Yeah, I think I get pretty wrecked by Hex if I play Aya here. And this play lets me kill off the Alley Cat, which is sometimes relevant. Maybe I even kill the Healing Totem. I think I kill the Healing Totem. His deck might be a Thunderbluff deck, and leaving the Healing Totem up gives him slightly better odds of rolling spell damage. Unfortunately I am overloaded here, so I'm not going to be able to play Aya Shuriken. So I probably just have to run my dudes into it. Oh, that's not good. Well, I think I play Aya here. And then trade off into thing from below. Not sure how I want to distribute this damage. If I go to 17, he sets me to 7, he needs 10 damage. It might be worth taking 1 damage on this guy so that I'm not dead to double Lava Burst. Or Doomhammer Rockbiter.
Here we go.
It does leave my Jade Spirit a little bit more vulnerable to a Lightning Storm, but let's be honest, he would just high roll anyway. Feral Spirit's kind of annoying. Unearthed Raptor is a sick draw though. So I think I have to dagger into one of these wolves. Because I need 7 damage for the faceless. Yep, that sucks. But if he just doesn't draw into the burn, should be a pretty easy value win for me. He needs 8 damage, probably over the next 2 turns. He shouldn't get in any more minion damage this game. Oh, that's bad. I don't think there's any merit in playing Mistress of Mixtures here, because I think the game ends before I can kill it anyway. How many death rattles have I lost? Thalnos, Huckster, and Aya, and a Tomb Pillager, so I should trade off if I want to. Missed the Aya.
Here we go.
I have plenty of damage, right? I can afford to kill this Flame Tongue Totem. Let's see, that's 11, 21. Yeah, I think I can afford to spend the damage on the Flame Tongue to avoid like an Argent Horse Rider or something. It's not that easy for him to have 6 damage here. Even if he has AoE, he should be dead. That was close. I believe I made a decision that game about taking 1 damage on my minion instead of from my weapon. Looks like I got rewarded.